What's going on, Paisanos? V here. Come at you guys. Well, what's another market watch today? You know, this might be one of the most biggest market watches I've ever done because it's so important. The amount of value you can get behind cards that are currently banned. Cards nobody's looking at right now. I mean, that's basically the market in a nutshell. We hunt for the cards nobody's looking at right now, or maybe cards people might have discarded, and then we go in and grab them, and then whenever they come off the ban list, we sell them at absorbent prices. It's kind of messed up if you think about it, but we're just taking advantage over people who don't want to believe where we have. It's very simple, you know. It's thinking about this way: going back and buying like gold and silver back in like the 90s. People look at you like you're crazy now, but those prices are insane. Or going and getting Bitcoin on day one when it was like 0.0006 cents. People would be like, yo, wow, look at this guy. This guy's a fool. Even though Bitcoin's roughly around what, $40,000-$50,000 each. And that's the kind of thing we do here on this channel. Now, before we just want to say, I want to give a big thank you to YGOPaisano.com. Guys, there's a link down below in the description for 10% off. If you guys want to go ahead and grab yourself a playmat, I got this beautiful playmat over here. I'll actually show you in a second. Hold on one sec. First of all, inspired. Wait, one second. Shadow. I'm not sure if you can see where it's inspired from. Yeah. Come on. Can you come up? Come up. Yeah. And there's the other one. Alright, down. Alright, so this beautiful playmat right here. Wait, I should probably do like this. Look at that. Can you see it? This is from YGOPaisano.com. Look at that. Look at the outside etching. They sent me this playmat. And basically they said, hey, we just want to give you a free playmat. That's it. No holds barred, no nothing else, you know, just for you. And I really appreciate that. And it looks really nice. It's very thick. You know, I like the Konami playmats. This one feels a lot thicker. Also, I do like the outside etching, which makes the playmat last longer. If you guys haven't noticed, a lot of the Konami playmats I have, the playmat doesn't last long. Also, yeah, the hat, okay? Just want to throw it out there. My mom sent me it. Okay, now who feels like an asshole? It's a good question. No, it's a vintage original Yu-Gi-Oh hat, and I can tell why, because this thing, it's brand new. I just ripped it, like don't look at it, don't question it. All right. So once again, I just want to say a big thank you to YGOPaisano.com. Guys, make sure to click in the description if you're looking to get a playmat. 10% off. This one's beautiful, by the way. Like this, they have a ton of amazing playmats. But I think me and my wife, I asked her to come check it out and choose one with me, and we chose this one because of my dog who went back to sleep. Can you guys? Alright, let's get into the video. Once again, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, comment down below. Comment question of the day. What banned cards are you holding? I mean, that's basically the antithesis of this video. What banned cards are you holding? Okay, I mean, there's so... This hat. This is like an 8-year-old's hat. That's... Don't look at it. Okay, so what banned cards are you holding? Because there's so many, and I feel like so many cards are just being thrown to the side as like cheap, dirt, dirt cheap cards. But and because they're banned. But when they come up the ban list, we know what happens. They become a lot of money. And looking at the no, not yet. Looking at the ban list, we know inevitably some of these cards will be coming off the ban list. We don't know which, but we know some will, and that's obviously going to impact the prices of a lot of these cards. Rather again, before I start, I just want to say Black Hole Dragon and Starlight Rare coming in a new set. Pretty nice, because other listings have been slowly getting absorbed up, and it's good to see a Starlight version. What I'm more impressed about, by the way, and this has nothing to do with the ban list yet, I'll talk about that, we're going to do the rest of that video, but what I'm more interested in is seeing like a Starlight version of like Stardust Dragon. I think that would be big. Oh, I got dog hair in my eye. Alright. First card up is Astrograph Sorcerer. But V, Astrograph Sorcerer is such a good card. It's so broken, V. Really, it's broken? Because Pendulums are running amok right now? What are you talking about? Not only is this card not broken, this card only has one printing. And that printing is in Pendulum Evolution. I think Astrograph Sorcerer is a phenomenal card. And it currently is worth roughly around $1. How many do you own? Do you own any? Did you sell them all? Did you throw them away? This card will spike up in value if and when, inevitably, it comes off the ban. Once again, if you think this card's a problem, you probably play Dragon Link and go, I don't think they should be at nothing in this deck. This deck's good. In fact, we need more Dragon Link support. Like, what are you talking about? Mad. This card should come off the ban list at 3, in my opinion. Next, well, more Pendulums, because I feel like Pendulums have been punked throughout the past couple of ban lists. They really have not done nothing. And putting Skull, Crobat, Joker off the ban list would more than likely do nothing as well. It would just allow Pendulum players to go, look at us, guys, and do nothing. Remember when Harmonize came off the ban list? Remember? Because it did come off the ban list, Harmonizing Magician, and it did nothing. We also have another card, Perform Power Monkey Board. Ironically, both of these are both from OTS Tournament Pack 1 as Super Rares. And these are good cards. And these are cards I feel like a lot of people kind of forgotten about. And rightfully so, because they're on the ban list. But they're dirt cheap right now. And these cards won't stay that way. Next, we have Fairy Tale Snow. Now, so I know some of these guys might go, V, Fairy Tale Snow might be really broken. We're in that kind of meta where, yeah, I think we can agree this card is broken. But we have so many other broken cards, you know. It makes no sense. And that's my point with Fairy Tale Snow, is that fact that the minute you argue why this card should be banned, you have to answer to other cards on the kind of weight power level of this kind of card. Because we have way broken cards in the game other than Fairy Tale Snow. Don't get me wrong, I think I would love to see this card stay banned, but to say it will always be banned, it's kind of foolish. Looking at Fairy Tale Snow right now at OTS Tournament Pack 5 with a current $6 market price, the value has it roughly around $6. And it's not going to stay that way. It will eventually come off the ban list. Oh, V, it's a quick effect Book of Moon. Yeah, Book of Moon's at 3. It's barely doing anything in the meta. And a monster version of Book of Moon, I think coming off the ban list won't do anything at all. I think it'll be kind of whatever, to be honest with you. Then we have Lunar Tiger. Now, this card's currently banned because, you know, Konami had the whole problem with the Infinite Gate with Lunar Lights. The issue was Union Cat was the bad guy, not Lunar Tiger. The thing about, like, Lunar Tiger, though, if it does come off the ban list, yeah, you know what? It might not do much for Lunar Tiger in general, but we might see rises in cards like Lunar Serenade Dance, which came out Legendary Duelist Sister of the Rose. We might see it in other cards as well. Ugh. We might see in Ella's cards as well. I got a ton of dog hair in my mouth. Ugh. Other super rares of Lunalight cards also. Keep an eye on that. Masterpiece of Drew Draco's Slaying King will more than likely stay banned. Says everybody that doesn't own any copies. Everyone else who owns at least one copy goes, oh, I hope it comes on the ban list. Me? I'll tell you right now, I own copies of this card. Stay banned. Why? Why would I say such a crazy thing? Think about it. Masterpiece of Drew Draco's Slaying King, the more it stays banned, the higher the price rises up. If a card comes off the ban list, its price deflates. Konami does a bunch of reprints, and there goes that. We've seen it already with Super Rejuvenation. We've seen it with Solemn Judgment. We've seen it with a bunch of cards. It was Super Optimization, and the price deflates. Now, the only way you could really inflate a price of a card that was once banned coming off the ban list would be to make it a higher rarity than its original print, meaning this will have to be either Starlight Rare or Ultima Rare. To be honest with you, I don't want that to happen. Looking at Masterpiece of Drew Draco's Slaying King with a current $21 market price, you can get it right now for roughly around $20. That's insane. The card's banned. But the reason why it's worth so much money, because once again, we get closer to the ban list, it goes higher in value. We're away from the ban list, it slowly decreases, and then gets inflated again, slowly decreases, gets inflated again. And that's basically what's happening with Masterpiece of Drew Draco's Slaying King. That's it. That simple. 1, 2, 3. Done. So why would you want this card off the ban list? Are you really excited to play it in Draco's? Ew. Why not have this on the ban list for long? Me, personally, stay on the ban list. 5, 10, 50 years. You know how much card be worth by then? The price is only getting jacked up higher and higher and higher. Then we have SPYRAL Master Plan, a card in which, well, to be honest with you, if it came off the ban list even at 1, wouldn't do much for Spirals. And if you think it would do a lot for Spirals, what meta are you in? What year are you from? Are you a time traveler? Because Master Plan coming to 1 really would make Spiral players happy. They'll play the deck as a fun deck. And at best, Spirals would be a rogue deck. It would be in the same bracket as Infernoble is currently right now. Not that it's bad, but it's not tier 1. Not tier 1.5. It's more or less to tier 2 decks. And don't get me wrong, I love Infernobles, and I like Spirals. But having Master Plan come to 1 would really do nothing. Especially since if you are Konami and you want to push other cards. Like, I don't know why I was going with that. I forgot the name of the card. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Comment down below. We'll get like 50 comments. I'm sorry about that, everybody. But it's a spellcaster. You spell summon it by sending basically this guy to the graveyard. You could pop 2 spells drops on the field. I'll remember later on in the video. It's been a long day. I've been up since like 4 in the morning. Okay, so anyway. That card, a card of unknown named origin, if you're making a reprint, why would you not want to put it somewhere when you have Master Plan coming off to kind of help sell that for Spirals? It makes sense, to be honest with you. See, Master Plan going to the ban list obviously wouldn't really do much for Spirals, but it'd be kind of cool. And it'll definitely jack up a couple of other Spiral cards prices. Like maybe we might see Quick Fix or Drone go up a little bit. Maybe even Tough, the OTS super rare versions of these cards. Then we have Thunder Dragon Colossus. But V, you could use Arch Nemesis with Thunder Dragons, says the guy who has no idea what he's talking about. Really? Because that means you're going to play more bricks to bring out one monster? Is that what you're going to do? And it ain't like it ain't like when Colossus was out, we didn't have that many answers. We have so many answers to a Thunder Dragon Colossus. We're in a meta in which Dragoon's out. Like, can we just understand that? Like, Dragoon's out running around this meta, turn 1 Dragoon, and people are babbling about Colossus? Paisano, sometimes I look at the Yu-Gi-Oh community and I go, there's at least 50% people here who are just devoid of understanding what's happening. Like, 100%. Don't get me wrong, I think Colossus is a really strong and good card. And don't get me wrong, I think people will try to play with Arch Nemesis. And yeah, you're wrong if you think that's gonna work, because you're just playing more bricks to substitute for this card. It's whatever. This card would be good for dragons, but not people running Arch Nemesis. That makes no sense, number one. Number two, Thunder Dragons will get more support, alright? How many Thunder Dragons do you play this meta? But V, I have this one at my locals. Okay, get away. How many Thunder Dragons have you played in this meta? What? Zero? Two? Two players? Two players that when 04 dropped? Like, what do you, like, Thunder Dragon Colossus come off the ban list would really do nothing. In fact, not only would this card come off the ban list and not do anything, it would come off the ban list and more than likely see play for the first week, 2 weeks, and then it would probably die out. Don't get me wrong, I think seeing this card see play in Dragon Links would be an issue, and that's why if you was to have a ban list, you would have to hit Dragon Links. Can we all agree Dragon Links will more likely be hit? They've been out for how long? It's inevitable. Stop looking at my hat, okay? I think it's made for an 8-year-old, but I'm trying to break it in. I just literally put it on today. Look at that Thunder Dragon Colossus. I do think it come off the ban list. But let's say, hold on. Let's say it never comes off the ban list. What do you think's gonna happen to the prices of these cards? It's the same like the other cards I talked about before. The more it doesn't come off the ban list, doesn't negate the fact the more that people want to have this card. This card will get inflated, okay? And what's gonna happen is eventually, it's gonna be to the point where it doesn't matter if it comes on the ban list or not. If you have OT Colossus, you could sell it and make a ridiculous amount of money. Easy mode. Up next, we have Electronite. Once again, pendulums. Like, I'm at the point where I'm just like, you know what? Not that I'm in love with pendulums or I hate pendulums. Like, I'm indifferent. I like pendulums. I don't hate them or love them. It's whatever. But to see Electronite come off the ban list to 1 would be kind of funny. And here's why. How many people own Electronite? Not a lot. More or less, people don't own this card. Why would you want to own a $12 banned card? Says a majority of players. Incorrectly, by the way. This card with a $15 current market price. The unlimited versions are $13, and if you want a first edition version, you see it roughly around $14. If you do not own 1 copy of Electronite, you are heavily mistaken in the fact that this card can never come off the ban list. It's inevitable to me, to be honest with you. I think it will come off the ban list, and it will definitely promote pendulums. And once again, like I said in the beginning of this video, why would we not want pendulums to get promoted? They're a game mechanic. Them being promoted is kind of like saying, oh yeah, fusions might get support one day. You go, yeah, duh. Singles will get support one day. Sure, I'll agree with you on that. Exceeds will get support one day. Yeah, whatever, dude. Links will, no. Listen, looking at pendulums, I do think they will get support because they're a game mechanic and they're not an archetype, which somehow got mixed in as Konami never really correlated that. They never fixed that. They never said, hey guys, throwing out there, that's a game mechanic, not an archetype. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Play still called it deck pendulums, and I just called it throughout this video, and more likely everyone watching didn't realize it. It's not an archetype, it's a game mechanic. Metaphors are an archetype, or archetype in case someone wants to be a prick. That's it. Looking at Heavy Metaphors Electronites, I do feel like this card will come off the ban list, and if it does, its price obviously will skyrocket. Well, should Konami reprint this card? Yes. Yes, they should. Choked on my own saliva. This hat is messing me up, man. I got dog hair everywhere. This is a scuffed video. Alright, quit busting around. Summon Sorceress coming off the ban list? What do you think? Should it come off the ban list? Should it not come off the ban list? Well, to be honest with you, we have Summon Sorceress already. We really do. Have you heard of Crystal Needle Fiber? That's Summon Sorceress, dude. In fact, that's better Summon Sorceress. Don't get me wrong, I think Summon Sorceress is a really broken card. It's amazing of a card, but we have this card. We 100% have this card already. And the fact that Needle Fiber isn't seeing as much play would only allow credence to Summon Sorceress coming off the ban list inevitably if Needle Fiber stays off the ban list. Some people might argue, V, Summon Sorceress is better than Needle Fiber. Really? Is it though? Is it? Fiber's insane. And looking at Summon Sorceress, I do think this card can eventually come off the ban list. So with the current market price, by the way, for the highest rarity version, which is ultra rare, out of the Solemn Judgment, which they never make again, it's roughly around $10. By the way, let me just stop real quickly and say, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and comment down below. Some of you guys might be a little bit upset at the fact that I'm saying some of these cards in which you still want to have banned, and that's fine. That's totally fair. But you can still buy them because let's say you're wrong. Why not make money off being wrong? Why not say, V, I'm wrong, and I made $200, other than, V, I'm wrong, I'll pay you $200 for that card. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. We also have Denlong first in the Yang Zing. This card come off the ban list is almost inevitable as well, due to the fact that it's not really doing much in the OCG. Look at this card with a current $4 market price. Delay pick first editions, around $5. Not bad. I mean, you just buy one. You don't need it, unless you want to invest. And if you invest, then you got to look at this video totally differently. You know, you got to make your bets and put your chips where they lie. But if you want to have one so you're not screwed when this happens, because a lot of these cards will more likely come off the ban list, do you want Yu-Gi-Oh history, or future, whatever, then be ready. Looking at Lava La La Chain, this card over here, pretty nice. I mean, you can get the dual tournament version with a current $47 market price. At $100, you can do that. Evidently, once again, you're not the only one watching this video right now hedging your bets against the ban list. There's tons of people doing it. You can get the secret rare at a Hidden Arsenal 7, Knights of the Stars, with an $8 market price. The value, roughly around $12, $13. Once again, I just want to emphasize, well, I'm not unique making this video. People are doing it individually. The only difference is I'm talking about with you. That's it. We also have Salamangreat Mirage Stallion. Now, this card comes off the best, won't do much. It's a structure deck card. Everyone got 3 of these, more than likely. This card will go from 59 cents to 60 cents. Yeah, no, big gains. The thing is, what you got to look at is, if Mirage Stallion came off the ban list, Salamangreat players might rejoice and buy more cards for their deck to support it. What is the #1 card they would need to get? Well, Sign Up Mining. This card right here is the card I would recommend if you are looking at it that way. Obviously, it has 2 of the printings, but nobody cares because we care about the highest rarity, which is Secret Rare at a Dark Neostorm. This card with a $13 market price. The unlimited versions are roughly around $12 to $14. And if you want a first edition version of this card, which I don't own, I really do want to get one before it gets bought out, is roughly around $19. It's slowly going up, by the way. I just want to emphasize that point. It's slowly even rising even from $19. Sign Up Mining is a phenomenal card that's used if Mirage Stallion was to come off the ban list. Then again, I think we can all agree it'll probably be used if Konami makes more Cyberse cards. What do you think they'll make more Cyberse cards? Yeah, I think it's pretty logical to say that. Talonite Talonmaeus. Now you get the ultra rare out of Cross Souls, sure, but we're talking ultimate rares. Once again, highest rarity, hardest to get, most gains. This card with a current $11 market price is already rising up. It's roughly around $16. You got a first edition version, roughly around $20, and that is not bad, to be honest with you. It's still relatively low when you think about the fact that this card's an ultimate rare out of Cross Souls. 2 things that are just really hard to find. I think it's not a bad investment. I own a couple of these already. Zoodiac Broadbull, or Zoodiac Broadbull, depending on how you want to say it, for the little babies out there. Dude, from now on, whenever anyone corrects you guys, all you gotta do is go, shut up, and that's it. I know, it's something always fun. Okay, personal experience. All right, looking at Raging Tempest, Zoodiac Broadbull, original print Secret Rare with a $4 market price. The unlimiteds are roughly around $3 to $4. Anyone a first edition version, it's roughly around $5. This guy has 4 of them. Do you have any at all? 0? No, you don't. Pick some up. At least one. This card over here, coming from the 2017 Megatins, is roughly around $2, right there. Both of these will spike up in value if Zoodiac Broadbull comes off the ban list. Oh, V, it'll never come off the ban list. You're right, they brought Dryden off the ban list. We have Zeus in the game right now. But Broadbull, well, that's where they just draw the line. What are you talking about? Having Broadbull come off the ban list would be a big deal. Not only will allow Zoodiacs to have more playability within our meta right now, but also helps Tri-Brigade. Now, why would they want to help Tri-Brigade? That's a good question you might ask yourself. Why would they want to help them? Oh, because they have support coming out within that month. So not only would Broadbull come out and help Zoodiac players, it helps Tri-Brigade players by putting Broadbull to 1. Wow. That's pretty good. It's almost like they're trying to sell cards. Weird. Strategic Mobilizing Engage is weird, because I don't like this card. I don't like this card. This card literally is Pot of Greed, but you choose one of the cards. That's what this card tells me. Oh, sorry. You're gonna have to have 3 spells in your graveyard. And Sky Strikers, a deck filled with spells. Really hard to do, because we don't have Upstart Goblin, Metalforce Fusion, or any of those cards that you can just dump into the graveyard to get free value. That's wild. Look at that Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. If this card was to come up to ban side 1, every striker player doesn't. They go into like negotiation mode. They go like, we're gonna have Engage to 1, right? Sure, but we ban Kagari. That's the only way it's going to be fair. So they'll go limit Kagari, and I'll go, like we're acting like we're both like we're in front of Konami and we're just negotiating and whatever. But like this is what they do. I don't know. It's guy talk. But looking at Engage, I do feel like this card definitely can come off the ban list one day. Sure, but you're gonna lose Kagari. Have fun with those Ultimate Rares. If you want the original print version of Sky Mobilize Engage from Dark Saviors, this hat's crushing my brain. With a $7 market price, the value of Unlimited is roughly around $7. And if you want a first edition version, that's where it's going to kind of cost you a little bit more. You're looking to pay roughly around $18 for Secret Rare Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. You can go ahead and buy 3. One really would do it for you if it had, in my honest opinion. Okay. Spellbook Judgment will do nothing if it came off the ban list. At all. Zero. Nada. Zilch. That's it. Niet. That's it. If you're like V, this card will break the game. Alright? But you're wrong. Super Rejuvenation came off the ban list at 3, and it's doing nothing. Super Rejuvenation at the time, by the way, in case anyone doesn't know, was used in the Dragon's Rulers deck. It was broken. It was groundbreaking. Spellbook Judgment was used in the Spellbook deck, and if you want my honest opinion, I would take Dragon Rules at 0.5, Spellbooks at tier 1, and everything else in that meta was tier 2. To say this card won't come with the ban list even at 1, which I think it come off 3 and won't do nothing, is almost laughable. Spellbook Judgment is inevitably going to come off the ban list, and the price point will be heavily affected by it. Whether you get the 2014 Megaton, by the way, 2014 Megaton, 7-year-old card for roughly around $4 in the market price, and you can see it over here for $5, or you could turn around and get the original print out of Lore Attack on Galaxies with a $7.50 market price. The value actually is roughly around $8 for Unlimited, and if you want a first edition version of the card, you're looking to pay roughly around $19 a copy. Think that's cheap? Think that's expensive? It doesn't matter. This card coming off the ban list will spike up higher in value as people are fans of spellbooks. The Grass is Greener. This card with a current $12 market price is roughly around $11. First edition versions are roughly around $13. I hate this card. I don't think it should ever come off the ban list. But I'm not a dumbass, and I'm not going to just look at you and go, that's the end of it. Because this card can come off the ban list. Let's say it for what it is. If you don't own a playset of this card, I really think you're doing it wrong. I mean, you got to invest smartly into the Yu-Gi-Oh market, into the Yu-Gi-Oh meta. This card, as low as price point, was $4. $4! And now, obviously, it's higher. It's more than double. It's still being banned, though. And I think that's important to note from the Yu-Gi-Oh ban list, whether you agree or disagree. And I heavily disagree. I think this card should never come off the ban list. It's going to rise in value despite the fact that it's pretty crazy. Vanity's Emptiness also will one day come off the ban list. You might say no, you might say yes. That's going to happen a lot here in the comment section. I guarantee you there's going to be war in the comment section. Dance, puppets! But Vanity's Emptiness is definitely a card that's looking to come off the ban list. If you want to get a secret version at Legend Collection 5Ds with a $22 market price, the value is actually roughly around $16. Look at that. Isn't that cute? 16. Oh, look, 17. That's cute, too. And then it goes up to $25. That's the highest rarity version. Obviously, if you want to hedge your bets and just to have it, there's other versions. You get the common, the super rare, they're roughly around $1. And then we have your boy, Maxx. Now, I always love talking about Maxx, and I'm not going to really burn any more time in this video telling you why you should buy Maxx. At this point, if you don't own Maxx, that's okay. That's fine. It's totally fine. I mean, sure. You know, where there's a guy on the road with a Lexus, there has to be a guy who works for him driving an old Honda Civic. So, yeah, sure. Looking at Ultimate Rare Maxx, though, the current market price is $445, is actually at, let's see, let's get an English one. Here we go, $639. This card, when it went to its lowest of low, after it eventually had gotten banned, was as low as $55. 55. And now it's up to about around $630. You see, no doesn't matter whether you agree if something should go up the ban or not. It doesn't matter at all. The only thing that matters is, are you holding the card when the card starts going up in value, despite the fact that it might never come off the ban list. Or it might. And that's what this video is about. People are going to be looking at a lot of cards in the ban list. And I guarantee we've all had a conversation with a fellow duelist. Where's my little duelist hat? Or anything like that. We all had a conversation. You talk to your dogs about whatever. What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter. The market's going to do what it's going to do. If there's not a lot of a card on the market, or if there's only one printing, or the highest printing is secret rare, the market is going to absorb that printing. People are going to go in and buy it, and they probably might not even tell you. The guy you're arguing with, who's agreeing with you that Maxx should stay banned, might hold a playset of Ultimate Rares. Why would he argue with you? Because it's fun, because he doesn't care. In the end of the day, when it does come off the ban list, the next day at locals, someone's having a playset of Ultimate Rares, and someone's running around asking, I'll pay whatever for a common Maxx, as well as all these other cards here. And I think that's the important part of looking at the ban list and taking that into consideration. Who do you want to be? The guy with the max rated playset who also has 2 other playsets online selling for absorbent amounts of money? Or the guy who's running around paying to the highest price point for Maxx C? I'll buy it, whatever, common 40 bucks. Here it is. If you don't think that's has happened before, you need to travel more to Yu-Gi-Oh events whenever we have them again, and you can see an action after balance. I've seen it with my own eyes many times. I've been in this game since the beginning, and I've seen that happen next day. People going around just paying insane amounts of money for a random card that just recently came up the balance. It will always happen in this game. Who do you want to be? Anyway, Paisanos, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Hey, subscribe when you haven't subscribed to the button already. Tell me if you like my hat. Okay, it's vintage. I want to, you know. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's your boy V, and you Paisanos. You must have a great day.